Hey, so I was watching some of my favorite YouTubers over the weekend. One guy who's really big put out a video that I really think is bad advice. Now, I know it's well-intentioned, but I've seen this advice given before by other coaches, so you could say it's within the realm of orthodox. But I think it's going to be really bad for your game, and you shouldn't follow it. After this, I'm going to show you a really great alternative that will get the same job done without the risk. So stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. I continue my journey on the way to hitting it longer and straighter off the tee, hitting it pure all the way to the green, because it's just the most fun that I can get out of my game. Hey, if you agree and you want to have a little bit more fun, pick up some more distance this year, then by all means join us. Hit the subscribe button, like this video at the end if you liked it, and as always, leave a comment down below to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. All right, so no, don't get me wrong. I am not going to name and shame anybody, because it's very good well-intended advice. But one big YouTuber, let's tee up a ball here. One big YouTuber was showing on a driver that he would advocate for you to get the shoulders set at a little bit of a tilt on the driver. Now, however, the way he was showing it sends the head backwards towards the right foot, so behind center, in order to create this tilt at address. Now, the tilt is a great idea in of itself, because it's going to help you get the right hand underneath the grip easier while keeping the shoulders square like this, as opposed to level shoulders that tend to get over the top and open a little bit at address. The problem is it's the head getting behind center. So putting the head behind center like this gives our swing some tendencies that are really bad. So, well, we might get what we want in pushing the low point behind the ball more, so we can get hitting upwards on it a little bit more. And maybe it can get you swinging a little more from the inside as well. However, the danger now becomes too much risk of hitting behind the ball with the driver, or maybe drop kicking drives and hooking them, especially when you follow this YouTuber's advice, or at least you follow what they do. When you include it with a really wide stance like this, with the head back here, it becomes a really potentially explosive combination. So I've talked about this before on my channel. I'm not a big advocate of a wide stance, because you're either going to have to sway your head, or you're going to end up getting stuck on your back foot. So where this becomes exponentially bad is when we set the head behind for the tilt of the shoulders, and we can't get our weight over to the left to stimulate enough turn. We would really throw ourselves into a major risk of a lot of fat shots and duck hooks. With the driver, it might be a drop kick, duck hook, pull hook. And interestingly, that's exactly what this YouTuber's miss is consistently. To consistently hit a duck hook out of play about once per 9 holes. Instead, let me give you an alternative. We're going to achieve the same tilt at setup as they're talking about. Now, notice that my stance is more underneath my hip bones here, giving me a much easier time of establishing a front leg balance, completely shifting my weight to the front, as opposed to here. You see, I can never get off this back leg completely. So instead, I'm going to leave my head in the center here, and instead I'm going to take my navel and I'm going to bump it left, just like that. I'm also going to be shortening my right leg, essentially by kicking it in at the knee. See, that effectively makes the left leg longer than the right, allows the right hip to set in a little bit low. Then my right hand just goes right on the club. I've got this tilt that I want, but it's preserving my centered head position, which is going to preserve an easier time getting your low point back where it needs to be, preserving the facility of shift and turn so that the club can't turn over prematurely and get you deep in the woods to the left. Let me hit one with this setup and you can take a look in real time how I'm doing it. All right, so setting the left arm measurement first and the feet. Here, now I'm going to kick everything in, there, waggle and go. So just sometimes you've got to be real careful in what advice that you follow blindly without knowing quite why or what the effect might be, because not all advice on YouTube is good. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'm Steve. Please head over to my website, hititlonger.com, for lots more good content. And if I don't see you in the next video, I will see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.